presentation of the National Football League.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Tonight, we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one on tap, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans. On the visitor's sideline, their head coach. These guys are in the midst of a great run, only one loss in their last 10 games. His counterpart on the Titans sideline, that's Brian Callahan. His guys ready home happy at the end of this one. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They're led out by the former #1 overall pick from the University of Miami. It's Cam Ward.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So out come the Texans in great starting field position. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fowler. And he stopped immediately there. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. You talk about this Titan defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. That's to his running back, complete. He cannot wriggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Off play action, Ward. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Brian Brzee able to record his 5th sack of the season. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Throwing is Ward. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And Stroud now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fowler. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Texans at 9-1 on the year. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
And partner, to me, this is a team that no matter what the matchup, they are up for the fight. They are really suited for the postseason the way they're playing right now, and I would not want to face them come playoff time.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
Up the middle they go. It's Fowler. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Oh, ready.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it as we resume action.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And he's off to a very poor start. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. He'll try and see if he can complete a few to the good guys here as he starts first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Will Anderson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
21-yard line.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brian Brzee, his second sack of the night. On now is the Titans punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. As we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The gain of 5, and it's second down. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. Now a give right side. Fowler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. 3rd and 4. Stroud to throw it. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Fowler. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. You have to be a little careful. You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Stroud. And he's got it. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. From his own end zone, it's Ward. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be second down.
Second and 8 at the 4-yard line.
The tight end in motion right. Throwing now, Ward. Short pass caught by Henry. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
7 makes it 3rd and 2.
Let's go.
The tight end Henry here in motion. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports. And we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just 1 touchdown on the board so far. 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
To kick off for Tennessee.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Texans first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Fowler. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's got this down to the 35. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a give, right side. Fowler. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's Stroud. Over the middle, complete. That's Collins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Houston.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Stroud. But they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Touchdown, Texans! Jaden Higgins from 13 yards out. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
This is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They've done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
They're going to try and run. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for two fails. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Back now in Nashville. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Play action. Here's Stroud. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Stroud working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing again is Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stroud. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here we go. A big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Stroud. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jaden Higgins with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Ward. And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Ward now working out of the gun. Looking downfield for Pollard. This is caught inside the 15. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Pass interference. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Here now, a 3rd and 20. Here's Ward. They'll try and do this himself. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Going for it. Here's Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still on his feet. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Now 1st and goal.
That's good for a Titans.
Kick the Eagle! Kick the Eagle!
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Ward. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal coming up here.
Ready?
Again, it's Ward. And it's caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Hunter Henry from 3 yards out. And the Titans get a bit closer. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now out comes Houston. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need 12 here. It's third down.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud. To the left side, finds his receiver, Noel. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
The Texans, first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Texans.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a give, right side. McGee. He tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. Second and 11. Hand off right side to Pierce. He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On the quick, right? 18. What's that?
Try to take this home. They'll run. They showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Houston, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
You ain't never been a skate town.